Welcome back. We're back with some more Final Fantasy XIV. Let's do some leaves. Increased rains in Tenderland since the calamity have seen the population of Cactuars explode, putting more and more travelers in danger of becoming victims of thousand-pronged attacks. The Brass Blades request the aid of well-armored adventurers to seek out the Seedkin and return them to the soil. It is recommended that volunteers come dressed lightly, for when threatened, Cactuars will often attempt to flee, and heavy armor will only prove a burden to the pursuer. The caravan is a potential space, friend. There's always room if the product is good. There's always a way if a thing's got to happen. That's why so many of us in the 77 caravans come from quartermastering. We're sending shepherd tunics to Limsa, and you'd better believe there's room. Here's something for you, friend. A call for amateurs breeches from the Order of Naltal. Aesthetic, they ask for. That means it's for initiates. The order keeps them on the cabbage, chicken feet and hempen raiments. Claims it teaches them the value of gil. They know their business right enough. Friend, have you noticed all the recent trade in what you might call a bruising sort of stuff? Steel, hardwood and the like? Being on the road as much as we are, we know that these make dangerous cargo. And all that bushing rubber you wanted to have made, will give you a good price for the lot. Ah, I remember your face this time, my most helpful assistant. And it is most fortuitous that I do, for the irksome effort I have expended in grooming your budding skills is about to be rewarded. My muling subordinates have requested that I put aside my personal research for but a moment or two, and shoulder a portion of the guild's workload, even going so far as to force upon me some other alchemist's petty task. What fools to think I am the sort of guildmaster that contributes in such a mundane capacity. If they had wanted an accommodating drudge to head the guild, they should not have elected me to the post. Gods know there are others about the front history who would have been better suited to the leadership position. It is times such as these that I curse my blood ties to the syndicate. I would personally be content to eschew such tedious duties in favor of my own work. Which, of course, brings us to this moment. It is with great relief that I entrust the matter of beeswax to you. 12 lumps of beeswax to be precise. Haha, yes, I knew you would prove your worth before long. Now, to work, to work. Mwahaha! Such bliss that my research might progress unhindered by bothersome requests. Speaking of which, have you created the beeswax I asked? These will never be used for the Sultana's bedchamber candles, but the quality is passable, I suppose. This is indeed a wonderful arrangement. Perhaps I should pass on to you the mantle of Guildmaster in its factious entirety. Now, the beeswax you have brought me is, as you must surely realize, the purified form of the substance honeybees use to build their hives. Candles are the most obvious use for this refined material, but beeswax may also be used to enhance leather goods, or be mixed with dye to create painting supplies. It is not the most difficult material to create, though keeping the quality consistent for such a large batch speaks well to your attention to detail. I had thought to be content with naught more than a convenient lackey at hand, but mayhap with further training, We must somehow supplement your studies, but I am loath to be parted from my workbench. Thankfully, I am aware of the perfect solution to this quandary: tradecraft leaves. A selection of alchemical oddjobs should be available to you at the Adventurers Guild. Simply speak with a fellow at the desk. Eustache, I think it was? In any case, you should be provided with ample opportunity to practice your discipline, and even receive payment while doing so. Remember, your improvement is my utmost concern. Several days ago, we captured a petty thief as he attempted to make off with a bejeweled goblet from Estime's Aesthetics. After a few days in the oubliettes, he began admitting to previous crimes, and how he hid his loot in the desert. The short-manned brass blades cannot afford to send a unit into the wilds to hunt for treasure, but will reward any adventurer who returns with the pilfered items. Friend, you know he wouldn't usually trouble an alchemist for something like this, but this comes from the Order of Naltal. No, nothing like that. It's simple beeswax what they need, but they're very set on purity. It's got to be all beeswax, and none of our business why. You heard about the rush on plant food, friend? Some overfed fellow out in Drybone says it put the hair back on his head, and now nobody's got a crate to spare. Botanist or baldpates, it's all the same deal to me. To you too, I'll wager. Especially if you're feeling a little chilly up top. The 12 love these first-year adventurers. You would think that the Picatrix was their very own personal discovery. They tapped their artfully stained fingernails and would lecture us for not having the venerable volume in stock, while a dozen of their fellows picked the shelf clean every day. I wonder if I'm the first one who bothered to read all of these leaf text out loud. We're treading new ground here, I think. But I'm probably gonna complete this one off screen. Completing them is not very interesting. Doing them is also not very interesting, but it's a matter of principle. Yeah, and I'll end this part here. No idea how long this part was, but I'll see you in the next video. See ya!